Doug is in need of a second date update this morning, and we're going to try to help him out. Hi, Doug.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all?
Good.
We're good. We're good. So
Good.
Tell us about Tiffany. How did you meet her, and how'd the first date go?
Yes, I met Tiffany online, actually. We talked for a couple of weeks before we met for coffee, just kind of simple. And first of all, I don't do a ton of dating. That's why I like to talk to people before we actually meet, so I can kind of, get to know them, get a feel for them.
Right.
I want to make sure I like them before we spend any significant time together. And then I like the first one to be quick, just in case, right? So
Yeah,
just a
for
quick cup
sure.
of coffee.
Easy out.
Yeah. I thought we hit it off. We had kind of already gotten to know each other a little bit through messaging, and so I felt like the chemistry was there. And I totally thought there was a lot of chemistry. The vibes were great. We were laughing. I was flirting. She was responding. I thought I was pretty charming. We spent about an hour together, and I told her that I wanted to see her again. And she said that would be okay. She smiled about it. And so I reached out to her, and she hasn't gotten back to me. So I don't get it. I don't know.
What'd you guys talk about?
Where we're from and kind of what we do and what we're into, hobbies. And
Did it feel to you like you have a lot in common?
yeah, I feel like we had a lot in common. I don't know. I may have been getting missed messages, or, maybe she was, I don't know. She could have just was probably being nice, or I don't know.
Yeah, but you did say she was you felt like she was flirting back, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Based on what? Like the way she was looking at you? Was there any physical contact? Like, did she touch your arm or laugh at your jokes, that kind of stuff, that kind of flirting?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was all body language, really. I feel like she was leaning in, either that or she's a fabulous actor or something. I don't know.
You're right, though. The leaning in is something that I feel like gets overlooked.
I agree, Jeff.
The lean in is a big sign.
It is big.
Conversation was great. Everything. I mean, so I'm sitting here like clueless. I have no idea why I haven't gotten a call back, why I haven't heard from her.
Right. Well, we'll take a break then, and we'll call her when we come back, see what Tiffany really thought of her coffee date with Doug, and if there's any chance of getting together for like a date as second date update continues. So Doug met Tiffany online. Their first quote-unquote date was a coffee date, but they had spoken, I guess, for a couple of weeks before they met up. That's one of Doug's things, is he likes to have some online conversation first, make sure this is someone he wants to meet in person, and then when they do, you want that easy out. And that's what's great about coffee dates. It's kind of a thing. A lot of people are doing them because they don't last that long, and it's not that big a commitment, and you don't blow a whole evening. He thought there was great chemistry, good vibes, some mutual flirting. He felt like he was on his A game, Mr. Charming himself. He expressed to her that he'd like to see her again. She said okay. So when he reached out, he was disappointed when she didn't reach back. And here we are. Doug, did you think of anything significant that's worth bringing up that we left out or that you thought of over the break that we should mention?
With it being a coffee date, I wanted to stay around. I wanted to linger a little bit.
Did she seem like she was in a hurry to get out of there?
No, it was about an hour. But yeah, I didn't want it to be over, and I wanted to see her again. So that's why I'm confused.
Okay.
And I thought she wanted to see me again.
Right. Okay, let's call her up and see what she says.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi, can we speak to Tiffany, please?
Yes, this is she.
Hi, Tiffany. It's Jeff and Jen, along with Fritch and Tim at Q102. How are you this morning?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Do you ever have a chance to listen to our show? Are you a fan?
I am, especially if you say I want some tickets to something. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
We might have something around here. Let's see how this goes first. We wanted to chat with you about a friend of yours we met. We're not in person, but we spoke to him on the phone. We got a call from Doug, who you met up for coffee with. You remember Doug?
Doug.
Yeah, you met him online. You guys talked for a bit.
Yeah, I can't believe. What did he call you for?
Well, because he wants to see you again. He really enjoyed your company, enjoyed talking to you, and would like to take you out, like on a real date.
Like more. He wants more.
Oh.
Are you dating someone
No.
else? You got something else going on?
I'm dating everybody. No,
You're dating
I
everybody.
like
love
the
that.
honesty.
Totally.
no, Doug, that's going to be a negative on that.
Why?
He's nice, and I thought that I had gotten to know him via the texting, the messaging and things like that. I thought I got to know him a little bit, but once we were in person, he likes like wrestling, and then that other thing, like who is it? Seth Rogen, Joe Rogan, who is it?
I don't know.
Whatever.
Oh,
The other fighting, Joe Rogan, whatever.
the
Anyway.
UFC, the Ultimate Fighting.
Oh, okay, see, that's you see.
That
See,
Joe Rogan, he is like a sportscaster for the UFC.
Oh, is he?
Oh
Ultimate
yeah, he
Fighting.
does like the
Mhm.
the play by play.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that from my old
yeah,
dating
he's super
days.
involved in all of
Oh, and he's a fan of
that.
his?
Right, he loves all of that. Like, he could not stop talking about all of that.
like the
All of
WWE
it.
and the UFC.
Absolutely. Whatever these little acronyms or little, whatever
letters
they
are.
are. I do not know, nor do I care. It was just a lot. I thought that maybe he had something else to talk about. Clearly, he didn't pull this rabbit out the hat during the messaging because we wouldn't have made it to the coffee.
So what, like the conversation kept gravitating back toward that?
Yes. And I'm like, I have no clue of what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. That's hard. When you like have somebody that's really into something and you don't really know anything about it, you don't want to know anything about it, and that's all they really like.
Yeah.
And is it just me, or does it seem like the people that get into the wrestling and the fighting, it's not like they dabble in it. It's like they're either
all
not
in.
interested or they are
Yeah.
all in,
Yeah.
super passionate fans about it.
It's like CrossFit. When you
Right.
start CrossFit, the first rule of CrossFit is you got to talk about CrossFit. You got to tell everyone about CrossFit.
Well, Tiffany, we've got Doug on the line, so let's clear this up for him. Doug, you still there with us?
Yeah, I mean, if you weren't into that, like, why didn't you just say anything? You just kept smiling and nodding, like just letting me go on, and you kept asking so many questions about it. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, that would lead me to believe that you're interested.
Yeah.
Because I have home training. I wasn't trained to not be interested in somebody, what they're saying, but I kept trying to turn it into something else, lead it to a different topic. And somehow,
No,
no matter whatever
no, no.
topic I was talking about, it could be about cooking, he would bring it back to wrestling. Who is it? The Rock. Little stuff like that, like it's ingrained in me now. Like, hey, now with the Rock is cooking. It's just
No,
little
because-
stuff like that. I'm just like,
No,
oh my
because
God.
if you look, are you not into like a hero story? Like, are you not into people transforming themselves into something better? Like, yeah, I was talking about The Rock because he started with $7 in his pocket. Like, I thought that was inspirational to you. That's the stuff of dreams. Like, I get it. It's not for everybody, but if you weren't into it, just say that.
I was told once by a marriage therapist that if you got a husband and wife, let's say, she's not into football, he's a huge sports fan,
Yeah.
the best way to suck her in is to tell her the stories about the players' relationships, like the personal stories about the players that you're a fan of, because it can potentially draw her in. Like, oh, wait, that's the guy who you said was...
That's the guy that has 6 kids.
Right.
No, but that's why
And-
they do all those stories before the Super Bowl. Like, they
The human interest stories to draw the women in who don't care about football.
And the same
Yeah.
with the playoffs. Like they'll interview like whomever's there, Travis Kelce or whatever, and they'll talk about all his charity work and all of his stuff like that. Like they do that kind of stuff on purpose to get people that don't care about it into it.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff that's happening with Taylor Swift in the NFL, I mean, that's got to go. But,
God.
the
Please,
Kelsey brothers
please,
are, like, just
please.
great. You know what I mean? Like,
But the ratings the NFL is
No.
enjoying
I
thanks
know.
to Taylor Swift.
if you just watch one documentary about Hulk Hogan with me, I'd
Oh,
explain
God.
to you what's going on. And, I think you'd enjoy it.
To his credit, I did really like that Hogan reality show he used to have on VH1.
Yeah.
It was not that bad.
I'll tell you what, Tiffany. I mean, you think Doug's bad. Spend some time in Florida, because when Jen and I lived down there, the wrestling culture down there
Oh,
is
God.
next level.
Yeah.
A lot of
agreed.
those guys live down there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I grabbed Randy Macho Man Savage's butt in a bar at the Yucatan liquor stand one night. I just walked right up.
It's a
hung
way of
hands
life,
with him.
brother.
I I know it.
And he didn't even feel it.
No, that was one solid
I was
behind.
gonna
I'll
say,
tell
'cause
you.
it was a rock back
That
then.
was something.
man.
That was
Nothing was
hardcore.
shaking.
Yep.
Wow.
Are we done yet?
All right. No
Wow.
chance of a second date.
No.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Doug.
no.
Hey, it's all good. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
All right. At least we know now, though, right?
Fine. Yeah.
Well, Tiffany, thanks for taking the call.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, appreciate it.